And I think one of the lawyers here, that is the counsel David Impanga, picked that line, or he should be one of the people who enjoy John Butcher's music. But today, I'm with one of an astute lawyer here in Kampala, but also an accomplished politician. That is none other than Honorable Medard Ssegona. People know him as Akalia Magwa. Well, good morning to you, Honorable.
And to you, my brother. Good morning.
It's been
to our viewers out there.
It must have been a night of long hours.
It certainly was. I don't know if it was even a night when you're in running battles for yourself and for others.
Well, by now, many must be knowing that former Lord Mayor, another seasoned politician, and also a lawyer, an accomplished lawyer here in town, Erias Lukwago, was picked up yesterday. At this particular point, you, the lawyers, his lawyers, and his family, do you know where he is? Because we're counting close to 24 hours now.
Well, yesterday somebody, I think from CBS, called me the lawyer's lawyer. I mean, it's been difficult, yes, since yesterday. We haven't slept. We literally have not eaten. I was trying to take some coffee, and you invited me for this. We don't know where he is. We know who has him.
Who is that?
Mhozi Kanyarugaba tweeted and said he has him. And he started sending photographs of Erias Lukwago. The family was able to recognize both the person and the clothes, apart from the one that he put on his face and nose and mouth. I don't know how he is breathing now. First, he has lately been having respiratory problems following his admission in India
last year
and his operation. So with that cloth tied on his mouth and nose, only God and Kanyarugaba know the condition he's in.
But the pictures we saw him being whisked into a waiting van, he was sharply dressed in a suit. By the pictures that appeared online, he was in a T-shirt and blindfolded. Does this really concern you as his lawyers and the family? Or about, yes, you're talking about his health, but what does this tell?
Well, first, of course, we are concerned. That T-shirt was able identified by the family, by the wife, that yes, he had it on yesterday, just before the suit. He put on the shirt and suit, which were removed. One of the photographs, again, which was sent on Kanyarugaba's tweet, was he was in a trouser and only showing the feet. We were able to identify him as being the one. When we saw him lying down, blindfolded, we were able to recognize him. What I make of it, of course, it is worrying. It's worrying about his life. It is worrying about his freedom. It's worrying about the mental anguish onto him and the family and the rest of us. But what worries more is that somebody thinks that's fun. That it is not only fine, he thinks it is also fun. And he derives happiness in doing that. And he's not bothered, psychologically bothered, about what he's sending to the world. That in 2026, where the whites are going to the moon, where people are in the era of robots doing human work, AI, somebody derives happiness in one, torturing another human being, but also torturing openly and demonstrating to the country and the world that there's nothing you can do to me. And he even goes ahead to say, One, that I'm above the law. Nobody can summon me, not even court. And I'm coming for more. You talk about those lawyers that I'll
Are
find
you
them in
afraid
court?
that he says he's coming for you, Martha Karua, and also Mario Busemuju? Are you afraid of your life?
Well, who would not be worried when somebody says, I'm coming for your life, and whenever he has treated mischief, he has delivered on his mischief? But I worry more about the country. I'm just an ordinary mortal. I can die today or tomorrow. Like any other person. My father died, he was not killed. So many people have died. Even the powerful die, by the way. I worry more about the country. That we are raising our children to see this. That you have a country which somebody wants to hand over to that kind of person.
Yes, Honorable. When you talk about worrying about the country,
Yes.
I want you to explain more because, one, we have the Parliament of Uganda. I saw yesterday on his tweets, the Speaker of Parliament, the Deputy Speaker, were coming out to thank and praise him for the appointments he had given them for his unit, that is the PLU, but they were silent on whatever the other things that he was writing about. But also we have the judiciary. He is a lawyer who has cases he's defending in the courts of law. The judiciary hasn't said a word. We have the security agencies. Police says, well, we are not aware about what's happening. When you say you're worried about the country, does this also entail this?
I think what you're asking me simply solidifies my concern. That you've got an overbearing, over-domineering individual that has subdued the nation with all its institutions. I think 2 years ago or 1 year ago, a committee of parliament that is charged with oversight over his docket, Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs, again invited him to appear. I don't like using the word summon because I chaired 2 committees of parliament, and I used to tell, to dissuade colleagues from using the word summon because you're dealing with a witness. They invited him, and you know what he described parliamentarians as clowns that would come and arrest all of us. He has already arrested a former speaker, literally arrested her. He appointed the current speaker and deputy. Because you remember on the 2 occasions, he was the first to say, now we are bringing this one. Now we are bringing this one. So Parliament as an institution is subdued. He has already communicated to court, and the message is loud and clear. Do not dare summon me. The only person who can summon me is my father. So, which institution? Simply walking into a police station, almost up to the highest level of the police hierarchy yesterday, because we went up to CID headquarters, just to report a case of a missing person. But not just missing, but kidnapped. Because he was kidnapped in broad daylight. Nobody would register that case. They all refused. Everyone would refer to the other. It is a clear case of subjugation.
Well, between yesterday...
So that's why I worry about the country more than us, the two of us.
Between yesterday and today, you still must be still pursuing this. What happens today? What are you going to open more fronts? Because if you went to the police and they were not able to welcome you, now what will happen next?
I don't know which other fronts, because his father said he named him Mohozi to avenge for him. That is avenge for him against anybody that has annoyed his father. So the only person who can summon him, he said, is his father. The only appellate forum you can go is his father. Now, I can't go to his father to tell him, your son is causing havoc, is wreaking havoc in the country, because the father is aware. I don't know whether this has the father's tacit approval or not. We have appealed to God over the last 20 or so
Turning
hours.
spiritual in the search for Erias Lukwago?
Yes, yes, we've been praying for him because anyone who knows Lukwago's health condition and is a believer would have to pray. And you know, you don't need to take us through this.
You've been there before. You were abducted together with Honorable Nambos and Wichitiwa Charles Peter Maiga. Tell us the experience. What exactly happens when you are picked up in such a manner?
Well, first, it is traumatizing. It's a traumatic situation. You don't know where you are. You don't know where they are taking you. Your people are not aware of where you are. You don't know what is happening to them. You're not in a gazetted detention place. At some point, yes, we would be in police stations where nobody would be allowed to access us. They're asking you lots of things, some of which you know you cannot do. You cannot accept. But here you are in their hands. You're not eating. I was only lucky that I grabbed a biscuit, a packet of biscuits, and a pack of juice. I could survive on those for the days I was there. Now, Lukwago's eating patterns do not allow him such. First, he does not even have the privilege of accessing a biscuit, but his health does not allow him to eat a biscuit. When you invite him for a function, he will come with his food because of his health condition. He does not have that food. And that food must be taken on very determined, hourly patterns. He has to take medicine only after eating. So now he does not have both. His condition can only get worse. Actually, I reached a point and said, instead of taking him through this, let them just put him there, shoot him, and satisfy their ego. Shoot him and kill him, satisfy your ego. Communicate your message to the country that you can do anything, you can kill anyone, you can shoot, and nobody will touch you.
Well, that would be to the extreme, but...
But what is more extreme than this? That you can subdue all institutions. That you can target somebody for his professional work. If you have a good defense in law, come up to court. I remember in Tojikwatako, in Bali, the previous CDF, his namesake, General David Mohozi, was summoned by court. He came. He sat in the waiting room as court was dealing with other witnesses. He entered court with civility and humility. He was cross-examined. Okay? I have ever applied in court to call Genome 7 for cross-examination.
In 30 seconds, I'm going back to the studio.
Yes, to call Genome 7 for cross-examination. His lawyers came and opposed it in court, and I lost on that. The Constitutional Court headed by Justice Kavuma could not allow that. And
well, the search for Erias Lukwago is still on. Of course, Honorable Medard Ssegona says they know the person who's holding him, only that they don't know the place where exactly he is. And we shall keep tabs on them, the lawyers and the family, to find out whether by the close of the day they'll be able to find out where Erias Lukwago is. I'm seated in one of his offices. He will be here today as a lawyer for Lukwago and Kampala advocates, but because of what happened yesterday, he's nowhere to be seen. Stephen Imbido and Professor Chibuga taking you back to the studios.